food is 46 real food ingredients on demand for real muscle building meals and real results fast.
This is Scott Welch, Muscle Insider Magazine, 2023 Vancouver Pro Show champion in fitness, Sara Kovach.
Yes, super excited, honored to be here. It was a killer show. The talent in the fitness division is just getting so difficult. Like, these girls are just pushing the bar every show. I felt like it was a great show. I was really, of course, everybody comes to the shows, you want to win, right? We're competitors. If you say you don't want to win, you're lying, right? Yeah. This is a competitive sport. We all want to win. I always come in with the attitude of, I'm just going to bring the best me on, every time, the new best version of me that I can. And then the chips fall where they fall. And today they fell in my favor. So I'm obviously thrilled and going to go to the Olympia for the 6th time. And
I was going to say, 6 times at the Olympia. So you went into this show as the favorite, and you were you won this show in 2018?
19. I was second in 2018. Okay. So I was right there. And then I came back in 19 and won. And I haven't been back since. A lot of the COVID restrictions and the things. I'm from the States. Yeah. So I kept saying, eventually I got to get back to Vancouver. I never got a chance to defend my title here after 2019 because then, and then I never was able to come back. So this was a really good moment for me today.
In Olympia, you were 4th last year?
Yes. I finally cracked into the top 5. So the 5th time was a charm for the Olympia, and that was obviously, I still can't believe that happened. And so I felt really good going into this season. It just gave me a little momentum and kind of made me realize like it is possible, because you chase that dream of cracking that top 5 for so long. I mean, this is my 10th pro season. And it was like, just chasing it. And finally I cracked the top 5. And so, I was like, I kept thinking maybe I'll be done. Maybe I should just end on the high note, right? My body's starting to hurt. Joints, a lot of injuries. But then I thought, you know what, you can't, you got momentum, like you gotta ride it, right? So, so here I am.
There you go. And then listen, all the other thing we have to touch on is Chicago Pro. We are less than 1 week out. Big show that's coming up, and you've already won that show 2 years in a row, so you would be the defending champion. However, if you do go to that show, you're going to have a lot of hate in the industry as well, because some of your rival competitors need to win the show in order to be able to compete at the Olympia. So what are your thoughts on that? Taking a spot, are they going to see you in Chicago, or what are you going to do?
Yeah, so, obviously I'll be in Chicago on Friday competing. When the rules changed this season, right, there was no points to make it into the Olympia. You have to win a show. So with my busy work schedule, I decided, I'm going to take a whole week off, and I'm going to do Vancouver and Chicago. They're close, back to back. It works for me. It works, hopefully I'll win one, of the two. I came out today with the win, and I've already committed to Tim Gardner and the team. I will be in Chicago on Friday, and of course my intention is not ever to take a spot from somebody else, or that's not the intention. I was just doing what was best for me as an athlete this season to try to make it to the Olympia, and it just so happened I ended up winning the first one. But yes, I do think it's important to honor my commitment to the Chicago Pro Show, and go there and give it my best shot. It is what it is, right? Like I said, I had to plan traveling from the States, right? So I'm leaving here on Tuesday to fly straight to Chicago before going back home. So it was sort of something that, you have to plan it, and it's done. I'll be there, and I'm going to use it as a really good opportunity to perfect, this routine on the stage, because I'm gonna keep this routine for the Olympia and keep honing it and it's actually a really good opportunity for me. Either way, whether win or lose Friday, right? You get out there and that experience on the stage with a live audience, and it's important, especially going into the Olympia, where you're going to, the nerves are higher, everything's higher. So the more times you can, get to perform the routine on stage prior to that, the more you settle into it, and the more confident you become when it is November 3rd. So I'm going to take advantage of the opportunity, and like I said, I will be there on Friday.
You guys have a ton of respect for the fitness category. Not only can you stay really, really, really lean, but you have to still have the explosiveness and have to be injury-free, which obviously is very difficult to do when you're on that low of a body fat, but still be able to perform. I mean, a lot of the other categories, like you have figure and you have obviously bikini and men's physique and women's physique and wellness, they can get really, really lean, but not only you can get lean, but you have to still have the energy to do those explosive movements. So I have a ton of respect for the fitness category as a whole.
Thank you very much. You're right. I mean, sometimes I feel like, for me personally, with doing fitness, not that you want to say that you sacrifice your physique a little bit, but there are times when, so far this year, I came off of the Olympia. I had some pretty serious injuries that I was nursing. I decided not to apply for the Arnold. I needed to rest. Otherwise, I wouldn't have made it this season at all. So, but I had to reassess and determine how to put together a routine that was a little different, because there's certain tricks that I can't do that I used to do because, I have a knee injury. And so it was different. It was, you have to adapt, you have to overcome these things if you want to do fitness. And for me, coming into this show, I focused more on bringing a solid performance. Of course, the physique is important, absolutely. But I thought, I'm going to give my physique, continue to give my joints a little bit of a break. I didn't hammer the plyometric calisthenics like I normally would, because I needed to let my knee, it was like, I'm not going to make it to the show if I train with that intensity. So I kept it down a little bit. Of course, now going into the Olympia, because I gave myself a little bit of a break, now we'll see what happens when I do start to ramp it up, because, for the Olympia, you can't sacrifice your physique.
Missy Truscott from Canada is going to be defending that title.
Missy she's a dear friend of mine. We did our first Olympia together in 2015, and I have so much respect for her. She's an amazing competitor, and a really good person, and so definitely, it'll be exciting. You can't stand up there with those girls and hope for the best, because that's not going to work.
Well, you did a phenomenal job tonight.
Thank you.
And we're going to see her at the Olympia. This is Scott Welch, Muscle Insider Magazine. Thanks to Mutant for sponsoring our contest coverage.
Flex Food is 46 real food ingredients on demand for real muscle building meals and real results fast.